that's the case, I'll be moving on, unless you have anything else you want to say, JP.
No, I think it was pretty good.
Alrighty, let's move on to Hemlo. And I think this time it is just for them. Oh no, focus on Big Green Cat. I lied. But focus on both sides. Alright.
One sec here.
No worries. Yeah. Right. Look at both. Focus on Cat, but try and pay attention to bad habits. Alrighty.
Target demographic.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
A lot of air dashing. What are we pressing on? Okay. Cut the backdash. Dealing with all this. I like when you're pressing buttons already. How did we get ahead here? No, just cut backdash. Okay. Bonk. Instead of doing all of this, I went a little bit too far back. No reason to finish the route here. Health is too high. The worst part is you actively pull them out of the corner, so I'd much rather, even if you don't necessarily have a mix in this situation, just like do heavy punch, restand them, and just stare at them, hold space. Contest if you want, otherwise just like slowly back off and let an undizzy drain. Hold them in the corner. Philia fighting her way out into anti-buttons is going to be kind of miserable. You have 2 LP, you have 2 HP, yada yada yada. No real reason to finish the whole route. I think you're at the point where you can start trying to actively think about, do I need to, like, or can I kill here? And if not, what's the next step? Because that is the essence of SG. That is where you really start getting into the thinking like an SG player. Overhead, love it. Burst, yeah. It's a gold burst, so you kind of gotta hold that. Sometimes it's better to just not burst. And you kind of learn when and where those are. So I'm not gonna...
The gorilla fate is yearning. Let's rock.
So, for Big Green Cat, major thing I want to talk about, you have a very low range assist. Think about when you're calling your assists. Assists serve functions. If you're calling them when they can't do anything, you're just putting them on a timer for no reason. Not even like if they get hit or not, they're just not available for the future when you might be able to use them in a better place. This, the Sanity DP is not covering anything while you were full screen. It's really easy to autopilot assist calls. Try to avoid getting into that habit. At least until your autopilot is strong enough to always call them at the right times. But until you get to that point, it takes a lot of thinking. Jump by punch, jump by punch. A lot of IIDing. It is input intensive, but because you're already like box dashing, I don't think that's necessarily an issue. I would recommend learning to wave dash. So, quite a good movement option. Good 2LP. Echo into Crescent. For the overhead afterwards. Good block, good push block. Good way to fight out of the corner. Unfortunately, it gets tagged by... What? Carnation? Alright, we got the combo afterwards. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that meter expenditure, but it worked. For the record, level 3ing people in the air will always be... I would argue it's going to be worse than them being on the ground. For the ground version, you can constantly threaten high-low, whereas for the air version, you are timing a strike throw afterwards or a cross-under afterwards, and that's it. There's a very specific timing where you can hit them, whereas for grounded, you react when they push block, and you have 2 chances to open them up, because it lasts longer than any push block will. So they can't absolute guard everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
Okay, just not keeping track of IPS. How's the affiliate playing this? Oh, man. So... this was a really good check and block. I'm not entirely sure if this was the intent, but you were actively looking to press buttons afterwards, which shows it might be. An incredibly important habit to get into. This is true for Annie, and this also kind of ends up being the same way, or the same thing for Peacock, is if they're getting a projectile out, try and throw them. Because throwing will let you avoid the projectile. Otherwise it trades, and then you obviously know Annie, Peacock, projectile trade shenanigans. Throwing them tries to avoid that. I understand Philia's ground throw is, I mean, both her throws are pretty bad, but you're close enough here for it to be a thing, so something to think about. Brave. I mean, that's a 5 tab. Yeah, press it in the scramble, why not? Oh, how did that not work? Oh, because it traded again. I like that PBGC. Oh, okay, push block. Mate.
Now that's real Soviet damage.
Target demographic.
Who will our star be tonight? Action!
With as much as Boomer is going for these, like usually it's a pretty strong, solid Annie game plan. I would recommend you stay on the ground more so you can be threatening Ringlet Spike. Because if you can Ringlet Spike to interrupt her getting the projectiles out, I think she'll have a harder time getting them out. I mean, that kind of goes without saying. And, Brain. The harder time she has getting them out, the less she will get out, which is better for you because you don't need to contest that obnoxious projectile anywhere near as much. Yeah, oh wait, that's pause button. Silly. I agree with the snap boomer. We got rid of half a character's health bar. It's incredibly important. I windowed Eddie, I swear. One thing to consider in this matchup is Stinger. I forget exactly how Pillar of Creation interacts with this. Either or, they're both incredibly strong reactive tools with tons of hit stops, so the other Annie cannot actually react. Yeah, be thinking about that, the both of yous, when playing the Ditto. That worked. Oh, I don't think we need to push block that. I'll go pull up. I mean, I'm like confident you don't need to push block the second hit. It's your turn. Stay in. Do what you gotta do. Supers, no, specials. Yeah, on block, -7, -10, and -16 respectively. So all of them are punishable by you, especially because she moves forward. So don't push block it, jab it. On the first hit, they are all also minus, at least according to the wiki. Light is at -3, so it's your turn. Everything else loses to your jab. -6 and then -15 block. So yeah. Don't do knuckle on block. Unless you're deliberately trying to frame trap people with your DP. Oh, looks like we actually do have some wave dashing a little bit. I would use it in neutral more. 100% recommend using it in neutral more. Your air stuff gets stuffed by a lot of things pretty consistently, so if you can mix it up and threaten like wave dash to medium kick to get in, that makes it so much scarier to contest you, because all of a sudden, instead of doing something that just contests the airspace in a general way strongly, they have to think, oh crap, this can get low profiled and I will explode, like she will get in, and then they're much more inclined to run away from you rather than contest your airspace. That was kind of just a sweep. Alrighty. Game. Thank you. Let's go Parasite.
This battle is all in the mind. Action.
That... I honestly can't even be mad with your decision making. That is just hilarious, Boomer. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Let's stop like that. So while I also have the wiki up, I want to make sure I understand how the anti-air situation is for you. As Ophelia. Okay. Ringlet Wars. Okay. Keep it simple, got the kill. Understandable. Yeah, I feel like I really don't see you make grounded approaches all that much. Kind of just air dash at them, slowly trying to take space, but makes you incredibly predictable for where you're going to be approaching. Good block. Yeah, so like, here, do medium kick. It's unfortunate that it scales your combos as much as it does, but it's a long-reaching poke that gets you in, which is Philia's biggest, like, it's what Philia wants. Once she gets in, just mix them. It's like, I wouldn't hyper-focus on, like, two-touching at all. It's incredibly difficult with the character and assist specific, so it's just like, I'd rather just get in, get the hit, start doing things. Okay. Why? Why did she get the corner? Alright. A neutral. I'll again bring up the assist point. And then I wanted to see hitboxes. Oh, we canceled that before the hitbox even came out.
Apologies, phone call?
Yeah. Okay. And then the hitbox is not quite as egregious as I thought it would be. If they're not landing on you with jump heavy punch, Philia 2 medium punch probably is something you might want to consider going for. It's definitely spacing and timing specific. But looks like to me something you can dabble with to just try and deal with Annie's kind of landing on you with anything.
Like Philia 2 medium punch? I would suggest no.
No? It looks like it has the exact same hitbox as
No,
Fuqua.
it's actually slightly different because Fuqua's got like 3 extra hitbox on top of her that actually allows for that kind of thing. Philia's does not.
Huh.
Yeah, so you actually, it's more risky. It's riskier if you're doing it with Philia. Only because it's slower and it doesn't have the same equal boxes
yeah.
that Fuqua
It
has.
just hits slightly higher.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it can work, but yeah, it's definitely the risky option. Other than that, when it comes to dealing with the Annie, one thing I don't actually do all that often is just up forward light button. Obviously, this is just something I wanted to look at for these frames currently, but up forward jump light punch, or if they're kind of on the same level with you, or up forward jump light kick if they're slightly above you as Philia, is gonna be a really quick way to contest people. We did this really. Oh, we did.
Yeah, we just
yeah.
They just got hit with double cross under. Oof.
I mean, the second one was a combo.
It's crazy. Cool. Right.
But yeah, Gregor can cross up. Now you know. Yeah, they catch you up to speed. I think the Philia is doing a little bit too much air dashy stuff. She can just wave dash on the floor, but she is M now. Or for Cat, because obviously they're playing the same team. Just in order. That's kind of been.
I had Boomers just sending it. All right.
Yep. And I had mentioned it earlier. If they're doing presence in your face and you're in throw range, that is the punish, not a normal button. Otherwise, you'll just trade, kind of in the Annie's favor. Simsec mid. Grippy.
That was a no. We're just full sending it. We just want to press all of our buttons into do things.
I think you're expecting too much. You're push blocking at reasonable times, and because of how much Boomer is just committing, I'd say send it on a mash. Do a DP, do a bionic arm. Oh, that tree.
Whoa, my gosh.
Push block.
That looked like those. Yeah, it looks like those.
Oh, that was a misinput.
Oh, what?
Dash up throw rather than taking the combo.
I'd rather just take the combo.
Air dash in, jump medium punch. Oh no!
Good bait. That was
Yeah.
would have been a really good bait if we punched.
For the record, if you're gonna bait something like this, highly recommend you stay standing. The reason this happened is because you crouched. It's finicky, and it's like... This is true for certain punishes of certain characters, but dealing with like low air Gregors, stuff like this happens all the time, and you just kind of get used to it. Standing up here prevents a ton of tomfoolery.
What the?
Mix.
That should have been punish.
Okay, we've got 5 bar. Oh no!
Oh, we dropped it.
Good punish.
That was a good reaction. That was a really good reaction.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Not
we
like
lost again.
this.
That's crazy.
Unfortunate. It's a good reaction. Unfortunate drop.
That was really good. That was definitely a good character.
But yeah, it's a lot of IID jump heavy punch, IID jump light punch. Would really like to see just wave dash, 2 medium kick.
Oh my god.
Because they have the wave
really
dash.
good,
This is
yeah.
the funniest part to me.
Like that. Oh. Just stay on the ground, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're uploading a lot.
Yep.
Mixie. Backdash. Same side. We're still sending it on the buttons
Yep.
there. Like that should be a stinger or a pillar.
Yeah, we brought that up a couple times. Oh my
Wow.
I swear SG windowed is getting worse.
SG windowed? Yeah, it's been feeling weird lately.
I don't have this many frame drops, usually. It's getting to the point where I'm starting to consider just streaming in full screen again and just dealing with the screen
Right.
freezing.
Right.
Like that.
What is that? What was that?
Nothing on my PC is maxed out. Not even remotely close to getting maxed out.
Oh god. We're pressing a little too fast for this whole combo. I feel like this because this character actually would have been dead without DHC.
Hey. I'm not gonna harp on the routing all of
Yeah.
that much.
Oh. Kind of like being a chef. Let your buttons do the work.
Good.
That was good. Good line.
Yeah, they've been getting a couple really good ones.
Oh.
Oh, didn't get. Yeah, you had another land cancel there, unfortunate.
Rip.
Oh, good button, you didn't believe! No punish. Yeah.
Toby!
A little
What is
bit
that?
of
Scramble! Scramble, scramble, scramble!
leapfrog, that's what it's called. I wanted to call it jumping jacks.
Jumping jack.
That's not
We're
quite
over
right.
each other. Another one?
No, that.
Another one? Oh,
This won't quite kill yet.
yeah. That was one more Gregor into a Henry. Oh, drop it.
Chip out. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, we could have just countered Gregor there.
Yeah, I mean, you could have counter McGregor and gotten immediately reversal DHC.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was checkmate.
Oh my gosh, what a round start.
Yeah. Boomer's been liking that one. Hit or miss. Hey, yo.
I think there was another frame drop. I missed what you said a few seconds ago.
Let's go. Boomer's been liking that run start a lot.
Oh no! I'm dizzy. Uh oh, this is bad.
It saves the character though.
Uh oh.
Honestly, I like the DP attempt. Unfortunate. Just
Right,
worked out as is.
Oh, 50k or 50p rather. Drop it and just full sent it anyway. Yeah. Just because you can press the buttons doesn't mean you should press them.
Yeah, they definitely overextend a lot on block strings, and I think if Cat was more comfortable with PBGC, they'd be getting exploded a lot more for it. But now we are swapping to the
oh, they're swapping
sisters
to...
team.
Okay, sisters. Oh, with 6 HP. Okay. Bye.
Avoiding the shots.
You confirm.
Good mix.
Oh, we're pressing buttons.
Oh, that was...
No, that would have been great if it was a 2.
Yeah, 2 HP. That is 100% the right idea, though. Should use the button in more matchups and more situations. 2 medium kick is one of your main ends.
We're...
Oh!
What? No.
Oh!
They weren't blocking.
Okay.
Rip.
Not
Just
quite
on
the pickup. Fight our way out of the corner.
Ah, Annabelle said stop.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've seen Cat use hairball, or well, airball much for movement. Period. Assist blocks.
No.
Oh,
No. Send ourselves into the corner.
yeah.
It's up to you.
Highly recommend trying to get used to airball movement.
Ooh. True.
It enables a lot more for your Philia. Also true for Boomer, honestly.
Well, we're trying to reflect back the.
Yeah.
It didn't. It didn't work. You could keep throwing them out.
Also, I would say, do not let the umbrella get set up like that. If you see her spamming those projectiles full screen, this is a stinger moment.
Indeed. Don't let her do it.
Just don't let her get into her best mode for free.
No.
Oh, the bubble gave them the confirm.
That doesn't work that way. Don't let him do it.
Oh.
Hey, on us. Hey. Oh, they're now stinky.
Starving. Go in, keep going in. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to keep up the pressure there because the second they get a chance
the
to
bubbles
breathe.
aren't gonna, the bubbles aren't gonna reach you from that far. Only in like over stuff will they ever actually reach you from full screen.
We might be trying to play time. Reflector. Super
No,
jump.
we're up bagging. We don't know. We don't know. We're just gonna let it happen to us.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Backdash.
Awesome.
Was that the backdash? Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
No, I would. If you were trying to play for time, I would say the game was too volatile in that state to actually try and play for time from there.
Yeah.
Go to medium kick.
Wow.
Yep. Oh, we gotta tech that. Parasol jump heavy punch on its own is not a true combo. Parasol hairball.
Uh-oh. Missed the foot, baby.
Getting used to dealing with Parasol. Gregor here. This is exactly what you're fishing for. Are you in push block the whole time? Was this push block
They're
a
in push
little
block
too
the whole
late?
time. Yeah, it was
okay.
a little too late.
Trigger
was definitely the idea if you push block earlier, though.
Yeah, this is what you're fishing for when dealing with a Parasol. It's a lot of her block stuff is not actually real, and she needs to react heavily to when you're push blocking. And so if you ever see them go for certain things like shots or untrue block strings, get used to trying to do Gregor on a whim, because it's very important. And all of a sudden it turns the Parasol's advantage into the Philia getting the hit, which is exactly where Parasol does not want to be. You're level 1 afterwards. Dash up low.
Oh, we're just there. Rip and pepper.
One, two, three, four. Okay, like 6 more games. These are going pretty quickly. I wasn't thinking I was gonna get through all of them, and then it just keep being murders. Stand heavy punch.
Oh,
I love
no
this
man,
one.
stand heavy. Take a load.
Greetings.
Oh, hey. Trigger. Back up.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out if you want to be going for my brain is short circuiting. If you're trying to go for the M shot mix here, the one that enables para jump to medium kick, you are pressing 2 buttons into M, and neither of those buttons can set up tier detonation, because you need both tiers to be there. Otherwise, if you're not trying to set up that setup, would never recommend doing this.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I would just mix off of L shot.
Yes.
Because if you're ever trying to mix off of anything other than L shot, it's an immediate tell you're going for a mix.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Whoa.
if you're deliberately going for the L shot M shot setup, I would recommend just doing light kick 1, medium kick 1, M shot. That auto times it really nicely and keeps you close. You can get greedy and do 2 light kicks, but that takes a little bit of timing and it's a little jank. We're in.
We're doing Bombo. Okay.
Looks like we're at the point where we've got oops, we're just not quite familiar with or not quite comfy with implementing resets all the way to kill.
God.
Doesn't
Yep. What?
punish. No.
No. No.
Wait, when did Brella get so?
What?
Oh, we cashed all the way out.
Yeah, they cashed all the way out.
So I can't remember if I've given you the spiel before. Highly discourage this unless you think it's going to win you the game. There could be an argument made that killing half of a duo and leaving them just without an assist can win you the game. But putting yourself like this makes it so hard for you to actually get in a state where you could play neutral again effectively that you're doing this for damage, and then you might be shooting yourself in the foot for finishing the game. It's kind of my 2 cents on overcommitting into overstuffed damage routes.
Yeah. We're trying to go for the burst. We need a push block more.
Yeah. Oh, heavy counter hit. Trippy. Up, back, air dash forward.
Oh, we didn't tech.
Yeah, and didn't tech the jump heavy punch. You have 2 meter, Para cannot do this to you. Stinger and Pillar of Creation both punish Parasols for going for shots. We still found our way in.
Well,
unfortunate drop. Oh, good
and
reaction!
the game's not over. That was a good reaction. What a twist. Oh, poop.
Everybody warmed up? Action!
Sweet.
I accidentally got pistol whip. I guess got that with FB or 5 heavy punch. Oh, okay, yeah, that
there's
probably
the
was the
setup
setup we were going for.
Yeah.
So you know, it's just a little bit of a brain fart moment. Yeah, so like if you're, you know, don't need to make a big point about it. Oh, yeah, that's awkward.
Oh,
I feel that.
oh, below.
My guy, nope, doing this.
Up. Cross under. Yeah.
You can press Helmbreaker there, if you're interested in any. I also think you can just press Play Punch there.
Bonk. Uh-oh. Yeah, we'll just let it rock. Yeah.
Oh, into the loving arms of
It's
Umbrella.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I noticed this habit, now that I'm paying attention to it more, and this was true for both of you when you were both playing this team. You hang out in the air and tend to, the majority of the time, you're hanging in the air and then go for an air dash, which, as we see here, that was more of an IID, but the same thing can happen, where characters have ways to just check you for being predictable with your air movement, especially if you're doing it slowly. And so you can just run into big disjointed hitboxes and get anti-aired for your entire life bar. Try to mix up your options. Again, Cat, I think you can afford to stay more grounded. Oh no!
Oh, can you imagine that? Okay.
This is so
Wow,
weird.
that confirmed. That was very strange. What a jump! And again. Oh, we're pressing. We're just heavy pressing. Oh my gosh.
Oh, combo.
Oh. That's funny. That's very funny.
I always forget that part of the raw attack. I'm not gonna lie.
And she's just more. HP.
Kill them both.
Goodbye, friend. We drop it.
Cross up. We have the meter.
Little trays. Good.
Nice.
One like that.
I'm getting too old for this.
I would note, be careful about your autopilot. And it's been a couple times we just autopiloted into heavy crescent and dropping the combo entirely.
Indeed.
Work on your bumble. Be more consistent.
Oh, we had already used our assist too, right? Yeah, okay. There wasn't any way to salvage that for both. And I think... Wait, was she... Yeah, she was too far away for too heavy punch.
Yeah.
It is what it is. If you wanted to keep Ophelia in the combo, you do Sniper. I think she was too far away for Quake, so there's literally no way for you to keep everyone in. You know what? Fair. It
That's a
works.
decent reset. That works. Yeah.
That was an amazing confirm too, just in the first place. I don't have those. Cash out. Good work. Yeah, 5 heavy kick can kind of work, but they did have OTG, so yeah, it's that's getting into really nitpicky, sweaty, like instant parasol confirms.
It's sometimes difficult to know if you're not cool-headed in the moment.
Oh, so you actually chicken block both of these perfectly. Yeah. You can just jab
that
here.
Been a punish. Yeah.
I 100% understand this habit of just push blocking here, though.
Sometimes the game actually kind of puts you in a lockout, so the only thing you could do is push block, even if you wanted to try to press.
Oh, that. Just one combo and done reset.
Uh-oh.
Are we meshing? Right, what do we do with the hit? That.
That's just so... they did that before. It's a very strange confirm.
We love combo and parasol. Tier's gonna mess this up.
Birthday.
Do you have these? Unfortunately.
No. You have to use all 3 of the dives for that to work.
Yep, this is why you don't press there. I mean, if you want to press there, if you think they're gonna do nothing, throw them.
That's what I thought. So.
But
We let it happen to us. Shot it. And
yeah.
it just let it happen to us.
I guess that's a good time to bring up. You can probably be using Detonate a little bit more, Boomer, as part of your zoning shenanigans. It's an incredibly strong tool I don't think I've used. And Heavy Punch doing God's work.
That's slow.
Oh!
Wow!
Actually hit both of them.
One of the rare cases. One of the rare cases where that works.
But if you want to actually keep them both in here, Quake into Sniper makes the Sniper hit them both.
Yes.
Also, Quake into Assist, I don't know if 6 HP comes out fast enough. I would say probably not. But Quake into Sniper guarantees you keep everyone in. And again, this is also why I encourage learning launcher first routes, because if you default to launcher first, this becomes not as much of an issue. Obviously, sometimes you will always be going into stand heavy punch, and it depends on the range, so figuring out how to fix it from here is incredibly important. You just weren't expecting that shot to even connect. I wouldn't either. That's wild that it hit both of them.
Yeah, I can't believe it actually hit.
Oh, and then it actually made them both combo. Wait, why did we not get the pickup there then?
Why did I get them?
We were just late. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, calling the assist during the stun heavy punches as well. If you time it before the Quake comes out, will help. Just something to practice. I don't know if you're aware of this. This only worked because you did this on the light. You're too close to the corner.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind. Oh, sweaty routes. I like it. Don't have enough damage to kill afterwards, though.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Bonk. Woo! Oh wow, the trade is. The attack is a straight.
Yep. Hang in the air. Go for air dash later.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh.
I guess I realized they just misinputted.
Whoopsies. Yeah. Yeah, again, as part of your zoning, like, once you have a tier on them, if you notice they're, like, instantly jumping or if they're instantly trying to press a button to low profile, that is exactly where you want to be detonating. It's just an extra check when they have a tier on them. It's another layer of random crap they need to worry about. Yep, this is what happens when you get a little too fancy, but that actually...
Yeah.
The assist
they weren't able to confirm. The assist was still coming on screen. Oh, dang. Goodbye. It's over.
No, yeah. Oh, I wanted to go back. I don't know if we had enough time to... One thing I do for that incoming all the time is just do one H-toss, well, however many H-tosses it lets me do. Det meaty incoming into bikes if the character doesn't have a double jump, or snipe if they do. Yeah. That's like a guaranteed chip out for a lot of characters. Yeah, that is it. It's like 19 games, so it was a good amount. And then definitely we talked about a lot of different specific situations. Major, like spark notes are for Green Cat. Can stay grounded a bit more. You have some phenomenal grounded buttons. Philia 2 medium kick gets the job done a lot of times. Wave dash up, do it. It will catch people. And doing that more makes them less afraid to contest the airspace, so it leaves you much more open to then IAD at them like you like to do. So adding in a little bit of one will completely enable the other. I feel like that's the biggest thing for the Philia. Minor thing for the Philia, big thing for the Annie. A major thing I see Annie players fall into. You kind of neutral jump or up back, wait 1 or 2 seconds, see what's going on. Then more often than not, you opt to just air dash forward, mostly with jump medium punch, sometimes with jump heavy punch. If you do it with jump medium punch, you're asking to get anti-aired. if people catch on to the habit, you will start exploding for it. So figure about just doing neutral jump and then like landing with jump medium kick, not even going for an air dash, just controlling space that way. Don't even necessarily need to jump. Again, Annie also has some really strong ground buttons. Her medium punches are good, 2 medium kick reaches pretty far. You can also just get a crescent note. Pay attention to your opponent's specials or meter if they have ways to deal with it. But start implementing a more grounded game plan. Anti-airs are weaker in this game, but I would not call them bad. They are not Arxis 6As or 6Ps, but they are still solid. Respects them. For Blade Dash, or sorry, wrong. For Boomer, I think JP was saying this a lot. Biggest thing is just you're auto-letting a lot, especially on block, to the point where if people are paying attention and looking for PBGCs, you're not adjusting your block strings for when people push block, so you just would walk right into getting hit by either jab or a reversal. And that can start to become a major issue. So adjust your block strings based on when people are push blocking. Try to not just autopilot when you're in advantage. It also can just end up helping you open more people up if you're paying more attention during your advantage and figuring out when they're blocking where, what their default response is for what you're doing. All of a sudden you go, I noticed they're doing this. And then not even necessarily during advantage, but during neutral, it's like, these are their defensive habits. I have option X, Y, and Z to beat like a couple different things. If I notice they're leaning towards one or two things and X beats both those options, start doing that a lot. Try and condition them to do other things. And if they don't, just take the free wins. And then I think the final point for both of y'all is y'all getting your combos pretty consistent. Now is definitely the time to start figuring out where to freeform in your routes, where you want your mix to be, and recognizing when you need to mix versus when you need to kill. Because there were sometimes y'all cashed out when it just was not going to kill. And that gives a character one more chance at neutral to win the game. So try and not give them that. I think those were my big points. Take it away, JP.
I'm basically gonna echo what you're saying.
I see.
To be honest, most of it's just consistency. Make sure that you're practicing your combos in the dang old lab, or if you're not into practicing in the lab, definitely try to do it versus bots or in practical matches, so you can land your bombs a little easier. Okay. I think for Big Green Cat, aside from working in most of the grounded buttons, also working more in the grounded movement, especially against Parasol, where you can actually dodge underneath the tiers and stuff. I saw a little bit of that with Annie, but not so much with Philia, because Philia's got slightly faster movement than Annie does. You can get it on Parasol a little quicker, I would say.
One small addition to that, Annie Sweep's pretty good for doing it moving forward. If you need to be more actionable, 2LP does the same thing faster, and you recover quicker.
That's pretty good.
Good option. Yeah, okay, good. Sorry.
Very good. I think aside from just trying to be a little more consistent, that's about all I had. I guess most of it on defense is just push block more. Like, we need to get ourselves out of the situations a little easier, a little better and more consistently. I guess I would say. I would put it.
Yep. Alrighty.